And now, the Crypt Keeper of Creepy, the provocative prince of the tweens, the nightmare from Neptune. It's Zabujard!
I had another frozen pizza for dinner tonight. As we all know, in Kamala's speeches, she quotes the number of dead Americans from beloved 19 as 220 million. As we all know, the amount of people in the United States is only around 340 million. That would mean that most of the U.S. had passed away from the gay-ass disease. Now, how could someone running for president be that much of a dumb, idiot retard to say that 220 people in the U.S. have died from beloved 19? When I could say 220 million people, when we all know the country only has about 340 million people in it. Is she just that retarded? Or is this a slip of the tongue? Or is this revealing what's really behind all this? Because 220 million people is the amount of people in the U.S. who took the vaccine a few years ago. Exactly around 220 million. Why would she say that number? Is she saying that the 220 million people who took the vaccine are legally dead, or basically dead, or going to die? Is that what Kamala was trying to say in her speech? I don't know. How many of those people actually died from COVID-19 or the vaccine, most likely, right? I don't know. 1 in 20? 1 in 10? 1 in 30, 1 in 20, 1 in 25. I don't really know how to answer that. Yeah, I have seen numbers, but I don't remember what they are. You have to look them up yourself. Is that just a coincidence that she would say 220 million when that's the amount of people who took the vaccine? When not nearly that many people have actually passed away. I believe I saw something like 50,000. Or 100,000 or something like that from the vaccine. Basically a Vietnam-level event from a safe and directive thing in your arm, right? It's just very suspicious because the numbers they throw out are strange little coincidences. They're either completely retarded or they're doing this on purpose. And it's just a lot of gaslighting. I guess we'll never really know until we get more clues. All these clues. It's like watching Blue's Clues when you're watching American politics by all the cryptic, faggoty stuff that they say all the time with their nonsense speeches and their nonsense buzzwords and their nonsense gaslighting. I guess I'm basically watching Blue's Clues, basically, if you had to get down to the meat and potatoes of what's going on here. And I'm all out of clues, and I'm tired of looking for clues. I want to finish this. I want to finish the puzzle. I'm tired of looking for clues. I want to know the answer to the puzzle. I want the solution. I pray to God to know what's going on in this realm. I want to know what's going on in this realm. I'm tired of looking at rabbit holes and theories and puzzle pieces and questions. Anyway. Well, I should probably do a patrol or something. I want to go home, of course. Of course, I want to go home. Okay, I got a patrol. I'll be right back. Got to work 6 minutes late. Didn't have time to bring a lunch. Yesterday, I brought some chips and a banana. That's it. Yesterday, my supervisor said I'm showing up too late, and now here I am at showing up 6 minutes late. That's not great. Didn't have time to bring a lunch, so I'm going to starve tonight. I think yesterday went by pretty quick. I think maybe the first day of work goes by pretty quick, and then the second day is always pretty slow. Or feels much slower, maybe, I don't know. Didn't really do much all day, did a few stretches here and there. I tried to take a nap. Tried to take a nap before work, but I was just getting too many intrusive thoughts when I laid down, just loud curse words in my head. When I tried to lay down and close my eyes. Like, I did a paper mache for an hour today. I tried to make something out of paper mache, gonna see if it dries. I don't have high hopes for it, but I guess we'll see if it hardens. It took me like an hour. Didn't do much all day. Still doing no fap. Hope you guys are doing good on that. Just like loud curse words in my head when I tried to lay down, like, fucking dead age faggot nigger! Like, just like screaming, like, just like that sort of stuff. Like, I get that in my head a lot, and I say it out loud a lot. And I don't know why, really. I don't really know why, I guess. I guess I have to work on that somehow. Like, I have to... I don't even know if you can't, it's possible to work on anything, but that would be something I guess I would work on. Because, I think therapy's gay, medicine's gay, doctors are gay. I don't believe in all that crap. But, yeah, and NoFap, NoFap's like, it doesn't even make sense to, FAP because, if you think about it, orgasms are actually made only for sex. They're not even made for self sex. Orgasms are actually made to have sex with your wife, not even with yourself. So it doesn't even make sense for people to masturbate because it's not even supposed to be for you. It's supposed to be for like your wife or maybe the both of you or something. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't even make sense for people to actually masturbate. It doesn't even make any sense. So that's my advice for people who are stuck fapping, because just have to remember it doesn't even make any sense. The cool thing about P-Hub is that it does distract you from all of your life thoughts for hours while you're doing it because it's so addictive or whatever. So you get lost in your own world, and before you know it, your life has gone by and you didn't do anything, and you distracted yourself from all of your problems, your issues, and your traumas that are in your head. And your life problems and your life troubles. And when you're fapping away, you're not even thinking about that stuff because your eyes are glued to the screen and your attention is glued to the screen. But yeah, it's just interesting because it doesn't even make sense to orgasm by yourself because it's not even what it's for. It's not even what it's about. It's not even the purpose of it. It's like using a bicycle to take a crap in, like a toilet or something. That's a bad analogy. It's like using a block of cheese as a bowling ball. That's not what the cheese is for. It's for eating. It's not for bowling. It's two different things. It doesn't make any sense to use a block of cheese as a bowling ball. Could it be done? Maybe. But it's not, it would be messy. You have cheese everywhere. So that's my analogy, and I'm at work again, unfortunately. I want to run away. I want to run. I'm out of smeg and out of cum. Wow, 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 wow. That's a song I wrote. I need to hide. You can listen, if you type in Zabujard AI album, you can find that song in my AI album I made. But, that's how I felt like before work today. I'm like, what am I doing? I need to get the hell out of here. I don't want to go to work. I gotta do anything besides go to work. I need to get the heck out of Dodge and get the hell out of here. And pack my bags and get in my broken car, because my car computer's broken now, and just drive the hell out of here. And so I don't have to work. I don't want to work. I don't like I don't like work, I guess, you know, so I don't like work, and so I want to just run away from work, but here I am at work. So I don't even know how long I've had this job. I haven't even been keeping track. I don't even remember when I started. I don't remember when I started, and I don't remember when I ended. Niggers. When did I start this job? Man. How long have I been at this job? It's now September. Almost. Tomorrow. And I've probably been at this job since April, maybe? I want to say April or May. June or something like that. April, May, June, July, August. How long have I been here? 4 months? 5 months? Probably like 4 or 5 months. Who's keeping track, though, huh? Who's counting? Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty strong. Yeah. I met like 30 girls from Tinder yesterday. Pretty much plowed every single one of them in every single hole. Yeah, that's the 3 holes a girl, 30 girls. That's about 90 holes that I was doing yesterday. I did 90 holes. That's more than 18 round holes of golf, which is a normal round of golf, 18 holes. Yeah. Picture that, except times 7. So there you go. Yeah. What did I even do yesterday? I don't know. I played multiverses all day. That's usually what I do. I did a lot of multiverses today. Paper mache. A little bit of stretching. That's literally it. It's literally my whole day today. And now I'm at fag work. Oh, there's a Melee tournament going on right now. The Egg Dog Invitational for Super Smash Bros. Melee. I'd recommend it. That's the Egg Dog Invitational for Super Smash Bros. Melee. I watched a little bit of that today. Watched some of that. And that was good. That's about it. Yep. Why is there work? Nobody knows. Why is there work? I gotta find my hat. I lost my favorite hat. I think I left my favorite hat in my room somewhere. I gotta find my favorite hat. It's a beanie hat. I'm not doing enough stretching. I know I said I wanted to join the circus and stuff, but I'm still just in my computer chair like all day. Just not stretching enough. Still not stretching as much as I want to. It hurts to stretch too, by the way. It hurts to stretch. I'm trying to find more stretching tips on how to stretch to get as stretchy as quick as possible. Like Mr. Fantastic, who can stretch his dick as long as he wants. Wow. I had a dream I was at Disneyland with my sister. We went on the log ride. That was 2 days ago I had that dream. Last night I had a dream I had a house. I was at my sister's house, but I bought this piece of land behind the house, and it had like a bunch of grocery carts on it, and like a few little walls, and like a bunch of trash dumpsters. It had like 8 or 12 trash dumpsters on this little land behind the house that I bought, and maybe a couple kind of trees around it a little bit, and it was all dirt. It was dirt with a couple small brick walls that went up, and it had a bunch of grocery carts that were together. They weren't all over the place. They were neatly organized grocery carts, and a bunch of trash dumpsters. And for some reason, in this dream, I bought this piece of land, and we had a guest over, and I gave him a hug or a handshake. And I said, "Here, let me show you the backyard. I bought this piece of land over here. It has grocery carts on it and stuff." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool." I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to. What I've been doing is I bought this little piece of land, and it's got some trash dumpsters on it. Yeah, I can pretty much do whatever I want with it because I bought it, and I could, yeah." So that was my dream last night. And I slept till like 5 p.m. today. I'm not kidding. I slept till like 5 p.m. There's the Venezuelan gang that took over a Colorado apartment complex. It's important to remember all the news can be AI generated and faked, and to not pay attention to any of the news except for your own personal life, I think. Maybe. Because everything else is a distraction. The only thing that really matters is what's going on in your personal life with the people around you, your family around you, your friends around you, your family around you, yourself. It's important to have a small little bubble of perception around you. We don't need newspapers telling us what's happening in China or what's happening in Japan or wherever the hell it's happening, right? The only really important thing, I think, is kind of what's happening in your area of the world. That's what you pay attention to. Everything else is a gay distraction. And it could be fake. And it's gaslighting aides. Because all the news is gaslighting bullshit. So, important to remember that when you see articles or videos or whatever you see, especially now that anything can be AI generated, anything can be fake. It's interesting how all of the music they play on the radio is from the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, and they never play like newer stuff, it seems like. And that's because they're trying to keep boomers in a childlike trance where they still get plastic surgery, ride on PT Cruisers and Hummers and wave racers, what's it called? Jet skis and boats and dune buggies and cars, and they try to get as many toys as they can, and try to get a hot young girlfriend, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And the boomers are kept as childlike, lead-poisoned slaves their whole lives. And whenever they turn on the radio, it's always that song from Vietnam, or I forgot the name of it. Yeah. It's that stupid, dumb, fucking fag nigger song that they always play about in Vietnam or whatever with, I forgot the name of the band, but they play the same music, the Beatles, MK Ultra Band, all the same music, all the same bands. Have you ever noticed how on the radio they're always like, it's an all 80s weekend, or it's an all 70s weekday, or it's all, you go to the diners, Denny's, IHOP, and it's always 50s music? What's up with that? I mean, nobody wants to listen to that crap. Am I right? Nobody wants. Motown sucks ass. Over the no matter how wide enough, keep me coming to you, babe. Ain't no valley low enough. Put a gun in my mouth and bang, 'cause the song sucks ass. So you'll notice the radio's always all 80s weekend, all 70s weekend. Is just to keep boomers in a perpetual state of childlike mental slavery, where they're stuck as a teenager. They all feel like teenagers. When I was your age, I was at the bar meeting chicks and banging them all. I've heard so many boomers say that to me. When I was your age, I was at the bar meeting chicks and banging them all night. bringing a whole new girl from the bar home every night and banging her. I was doing weed and stuff. I've heard that from so many boomers. When I was your age, I'd be banging around every girl I could see and all this shit. Cause they're like, Jerry, you're so shy and quiet. What's going on? Anyways, they're kept as, and they were poisoned with lead when they were kids. So that's also part of it. And the radio, why do you think they do that? Why do you think the radio always plays the same music for boomers? And that's also because nobody really listens to the radio, probably except for boomers, for that matter, you know? Our generation, they probably listen to podcasts and fadcasts and all that nonsense. Anyway, I gotta go for a second. I'll be right back. Letting oneself sink into the endless abyss of sin. Inside of our skin. Skin has the word sin in it, plus the letter K, the magical letter, the 11th letter of K. My last name, Keebler, starts with K. I was born on the 11th day, which explains why I'm a magical boy, in case none of you figured that out yet. I was born on 3/11, like the band. That's why magic is spelled with a K. It's because it's the magic letter. Skin is our sin plus a little magic thrown together, and that's what holds in our organs. We used to have one organ, and it got split apart into a bunch of new ones. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just made that up. You don't know. Maybe that's what happened. Who knows? Someone who lets themselves sink into the endless abyss of sin. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Has anyone ever done such a thing? Many people have. And the wages of sin are death. All these people who sink into the depths and the depravities of sin will die. Unless they get the mark of the breast and then they live forever. But then, you know, there you go. But most of the time they die. You know? There's nothing wrong with dying. Occult Judaism says that people reincarnate when they die. If they are living in a stupid way, or they're not studying their Torah or stuff, then they reincarnate here again, and then they have to try to figure it out again, or something like that. I don't know, something like that maybe. Maybe you've seen yourself or someone you know sink into the endless ocean of sin. Some people drowned. They drowned in sin. And they die, and they never come back. They're never seen or heard from again. Right? What happened to them? My NoFap thesis on why casual coming is bad. Point number 1. When you come, you lose a lot of vital minerals in your semen. I'm talking about calcium, magnesium maybe, iron maybe, water, sodium, sugar, glucose, sucrose, nitrogen, carbon, okay? You lose, the point is, you lose not just your sperm in your body, your life force or whatever, but you're also losing vital minerals in your body that could be used for whatever your body's doing right now. So, point number 1, NoFap master's thesis, you lose vital minerals and vital stuff that keeps your bones running hot in your blood. Point number 2, Usually the orgasm's not even that good. Usually the orgasm's like, not great. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. I've been circumcised. Maybe it's different for you guys, but I think most of the time, not impressed. Not impressed with the level of gasm I'm getting. Not impressed. Especially compared to the possible guilt and shame you feel afterwards from a day where you spent 20 hours of the day coming and looking at inappropriate things, addicted, having to scroll down as much as possible, scroll the mouse wheel, jerking with one hand, scrolling with the next. An unending cycle of addictive, sinful behavior. Point number 2, the orgasm's not very good compared to possibly real-life interactions with a person of the opposite sex, or possibly from not gasming for, I don't know, a long time. Maybe it would feel better compared to gasming, I don't know, 5 frickin' times a day, dude. Point number 3, no matter how much money you spend, you can never buy another minute that's been wasted, because time is not for sale yet. So that all that time you spent fapping could be used for something else. What is that something? I don't know, whatever your heart desires. Some people say, I don't know what to spend my free time on, or I don't have free time, Jer. Or I don't know what to spend my free time on. Try spending on learning Hebrew or God's Word or practicing for the circus or whatever. That's what I've been doing. Or making cartoons. Those are the stuff I do with my free time. Point number 3 is you lose that time forever. You can't buy it back. Point number 4. Willpower. The human will, I think, is a special type of thing. Special type of little baby creature. And I feel like people don't value their will enough. People throw their will into the garbage. But human will, the strength of human will is something powerful and beautiful. And when people throw away their will, and they throw away their will and their self-control to addictive behaviors, they're throwing away their will, and that's sad. Because the human will has been stomped onto the ground at this point. And we need our human wills to fly free like a butterfly flies free. And that's why we need to protect our human will. And we need to value it, and we need to work on it, and we need to strengthen it, and we need to always use our human will, and don't give up on our will or our spirit. Okay, our will is tied to our spirit. If you have no will, if you have no spirit, if you have no will, someone will take your will for you, and they'll stomp it to the ground if you don't protect it. If you don't use your life, someone else will use it for you, and they'll stomp it in the ground and sell you for $10 on the trafficking ring to Mr. Epstein's island or whatever, you know? They'll sell you for $5 if you don't protect your life. If you don't protect your life and fight for your life, someone will take it. A demon will take it. A gay idiot will take it. A nig will take it. Whatever it is. Maybe your family member will take it. You never know who's going to take control of your own life. Someone might abuse your life, steal your life if you don't protect. If you're not careful. If you're not careful with it. And that ties into protecting your will and your spirit and your right to exist. 14.88. What do I mean by that? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what I mean by that. Your right to exist as a person. Yeah. As you know, 9/11 is coming up. A lot of people are going to be celebrating barbecues, beer. Those are the three things I do on 9/11 are the three things I love more than anything. Beers, beavers, and barbecues, and baseball. The 4 B's of 9/11, I'm sorry, it's beer, beaver, baseball, barbecues, and the beach. The 5 B's of 9/11. Actually, it's beach, barbecue, beers, babes, beaver, and baby back ribs, and the beach, and hot dog buns, and bunnies, and bingo, and bongo drums, and baloney, and bulldozers, pinkies, and dinkies, and crinkies. And so those are the 16 B's of 9/11 that people are going to be celebrating. Coming up soon, 9/11, coming up soon. Soon. My back still hurts. I'm practicing for the circus. I'm doing stretches every day. I'm doing a lot of stretches every day, and I'm getting really tired during stretches. I must be totally out of shape, even though I'm exercising enough each day. It also has to do with I'm not eating nearly enough, as much as a human being should be eating. I'm definitely not eating enough, and I think that's also contributing to me being so tired while just simply doing exercises and stretches. I don't know if I'm making any progress yet with my stretching flexibility, capability, capacity, flux capacitor, but I'm trying, but I don't know if I'm seeing any progress yet. I'm trying to get as flexible as possible as fast as I can, but it's taking a lot longer than you might expect. Of course, I've only been doing this for a few days, but still I would like to ramp up my progression here. If only there was a cheat code I could use to get my flexibility stats maxed out on my character clash. Yes, I am at work. I did get to work an hour ago. 7.5 hours to go. Epic. Yep, we find ourselves once again at work. Unfortunately, my car, I think I told you guys I took my car to the mechanic. I slightly broke the steering bar. It's still drivable, but none of the machines work, and in the dashboard or whatever. It doesn't show how fast I'm driving. It doesn't show my engine number. I hope that it still is keeping track of how much gas I'm using. I'm not sure if it is keeping track of how much gas I have in the car, but when I drive, it says I'm driving 0 miles per hour, even though I'm driving 70 or 80 miles per hour. So I'm not sure if it's keeping track of my gas. So I don't know if I'm running on empty in the car. So I'm gonna have to test that out by getting gas in the car and seeing if that changes the gas arrow thing, the gas gauge. If it doesn't change the gas gauge, then I'm gonna have to get a new ECU onboard car computer and buy that from eBay and install that, because I need to know how much gas I have in the car. I can't really figure that out. I can tell how fast I'm driving, kind of. I was driving on the freeway today, and I think I'm going about 70 or 80. But it says I'm going 0, but I'm just kind of going by feel, Just kind of going by feel, just like my life, going by feel. And my life's going by quick, fast. Your life goes by very, very fast. I already spent way too much of my life fapping around, joking around, and clowning around. The rest of my life, I gotta spend doing something else, something more productive, something more interesting, something more fascinating, something more exciting, something more beautiful and powerful, and not like a huge waste of time. I already wasted most of my life on all this stupid crud, I'm ready to stop wasting my life for the rest of my life, I'm ready to stop wasting around, wasting time and wasting my energy, wasting my everything. I'm tired of wasting everything, But that's just me, so. Yeah, I hope that work is normal today. I'm hoping it's normal. It's usually normal. I did not take a nap before work today. I was too busy with other crap. I made a frozen pizza stuff. I'm still doing the no-fap stuff. So stay strong, all you no-fap boys, all that stuff. What else? Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. There's too much stuff going on in the news, right? And none of it matters. It's sad. The stuff going on in Jezreel with Palestine and stuff. It's very sad to see that stuff going on. But I don't live over there. You know, I don't give any money to charity. I don't have very much money, to be honest. I make about $11,500 a year maybe on my current wages. So I probably make, a little bit less than $12,000 a year, which means I think, pretty far below the poverty line. I'm gonna have to check on that. I think, quote unquote, the poverty line is what, 20,000 or something like that? 20,000 a year. I'm about 11,500. So not the richest boy in town, that's for sure. Do I want more money? I think more money might be a little helpful, but I can't do a lot of jobs. A lot of jobs, if I tried a different job, I think full-time jobs, I would just put a gun in my mouth 99% of the time. So I don't want to do that. So full-time jobs, I feel like a lot of time they would make me put a gun in my mouth or whatever, and I don't think that's a good idea. And so here we are making $12,000 a year, and my rent each year is probably, let's see here, what's my rent? Let me check on the calculator real quick. So I make about $11,500 a year, and my rent is $8,400 a year. So and then we'll subtract $50 for gas every month, right? Maybe we'll do that too. So 50 times 12 is, what's 50 times 12? 50 times 12 is 600. So 11,500 minus 8,400 in rent minus 600 in gas means I can possibly save about $2,500 a year. And then probably subtract another $250 for car insurance, registration. Maybe subtract another $400 or $500 for that, right? Something like that. Subtract another $300 there. $2,200 a year savings possible. That's almost nothing. That means I basically can save maybe $100 a month. Wait, is that right? Let me see that. Divide that by 12. 24. Let's see. 2,500 divided by 12. Whatever. I can save maybe $200 a month. That doesn't sound right. No, that might be right. Maybe about $150 or $200 a month. I can actually put in my bank account that I can use on fast food mostly. Which I do. I do buy fast food. Like once a week. $10. So subtract another 40 from that. Yikes. Anyways. It's basically pointless because you can't have a girlfriend and a house and stuff if you're not making six figures in this current world, at least in this state, or at least in this country, in the United States. You pretty much cannot have a girlfriend or a house or a room or anything like that, or kids. You can't even have a family, right? Unless you're making six figures. And I'm making a little less than 12. I'm making about $200 a month that I can save. That's not exactly six figures. I'm making about $12,000 a year. If I could multiply that by about 10, if I can multiply that by about 9, then yeah, maybe I'd be able to have a family. I don't want a family. I think a wife would be cool, but if I multiplied my wages by 9, then yeah, I guess maybe I could buy a little house and have a family or something like that. And my parents would stop bugging me to get a better job and nagging the hell out of me to get a stupid job and to make more money and all that crap. But I don't make enough, so. But hey, if you multiplied my salary by about 9, then yeah, I might be able to swing things in that direction. But right now, not even close to that. Not even close to that. I mean, if you do get a girlfriend, a lot nowadays when you're in your 30s, I feel like a lot of them expect you to be making more than $200 a month in savings. I feel like they want you to be making at least more than $12,000 a year. They say $12,000 a year. What are you, like a 7-year-old selling lemonade on the street in a lemonade booth? Come get your lemonade, 50 cents a cup. Come and get it. Come and buy some lemonade from me. I'm basically making the same amount as a 7-year-old at the lemonade stand. A lot of you guys are thinking in the back of your minds. And that's what a woman in her 30s would, if she dated me, she'd say, my little brother's 5 years old, makes more money at his lemonade stand than you make. And you expect me to date you, marry you, have a family with you, move in with you, get us a place, have a future with you? I'm sorry, but for a man boy who works at a lemonade stand, that's not enough for me. I need a guy who's making six figures with a 6-inch cock in his pants. A 6-figure salary and a 6-figure inch cock. So anyways, I mean, for example, the females from that church group I was in, they're working quote unquote careers. By that I mean they're working full time as teachers and stuff like that. And I'm not. If I'm working full time, I'm putting a gun in my mouth. No, thank you. But even then, even if you're working full time, a lot of these people aren't making six figures. Not even close. They're probably making like 50,000, 50 or 60,000, right? And they're working 5 days a week, and I'm working 2 days a week. So that explains why they're making 5 times more than I'm making, kind of. Except I think they should be making not 5 times more, but because I'm working 2 days and they're working 5 days. So they're working about double and a half more than me. So they realistically should be making 36,000, or heck, I'll even say maybe 40,000. But 50,000? I don't know. Maybe they get bonuses or something, but anyways, yeah. A lot of normies working full time. I feel like they're not even making six figures. I mean, that's pretty rare to find normies making six. Even Jan barely scraping by with his. I mean, he's not scraping by, but he's not. I don't even know if maybe he's barely making six figures, but it's almost six figures. But even if you get a real boy job, it's still rare to find a boy making six figures nowadays in this a post 9/11 country of ours, right? Now everybody's working full time and they're making like 30 or 40 or 50,000 maybe. maybe 30 or 40,000, honestly, on average for full-time normies. And a lot of that goes into paying taxes to pedos on Epstein Island. So do I want to work full-time? No. Do I want to work full-time and pay taxes that go straight to Epstein faggots on Epstein Island? No, especially no. And so do I want to work full-time so my taxes can go to Ukraine or Jisrael to decapitate more youngsters? No, and no, I don't. But at the same time, if you had a couple more bucks on hand, it would be useful, I guess, in case you had to get a surgery or to help out a family member, maybe, or if your car broke down. If this car broke down, I'd be screwed. And I just damaged it last week pretty bad. I mean, not pretty bad. I mean, kind of bad. I broke the computer, and the steering is definitely a bit more stiff now because I went off a curb. Because the dumb faggot, who built our house in the 60s, he made the driveway too small. Now he's dead now, of course, but he should have made the driveway bigger. But besides that, he did a good job building the house. I mean, I will say that. But he messed up on the driveway. Totally messed up. Anyways. It doesn't matter. I don't know how much more time this realm has. Or I should say this current society before the quote-unquote Great Reset, right? The Great Reset could be a lot closer than we think. Hell, it could be in November when they pick a new puppet president or something, right? Maybe they'll stage a gay little war or something like that. I don't know what they're going to do, but we are sharing this realm with the most unimaginably wicked, evil pieces of shit that have ever been thought of in existence. And it's unfortunate, because if we weren't sharing this realm with them, then this realm might actually be pretty chill. Imagine doctors working for free, people working for free, no money, no slavery, no trafficking, no islands, no Epstein Islands, no creepy freaks everywhere, state-mandated girlfriends and wives, state-mandated nuclear families, state-mandated healthy foods to eat, state-mandated heterosexuality, state-mandated people just chilling out on the park all day, playing instruments with each other, playing the flute, drinking beer on a picnic table or something. No melanin nigs robbing and killing people everywhere. This realm could be pretty chill. No mass forced immigration or anything like that. But instead, we're sharing this realm with the most evil faggots who have ever lived in the entire universe. And yeah, a lot of them hang out on an island, but a lot of them also hang out underground. And a lot of them hang out above ground. And then they go underground. And I'm sorry, I'm not super happy, but when I think about that I'm sharing this realm with creatures who are more evil than snakes, alligators, and spiders, and there's not even a word to describe how evil they are. I guess demonic, demons, but they're even worse than that. They're like that times like a billion, Anyways, when you're sharing a realm with creatures like that, it's only a matter of time before they decide to pull the plug on all this stuff. And for the Great Reset stuff to happen. To reset society, to completely ransack America. Anyway, just keep praying. That's all you can do at this point. Maybe. I don't know. Just keep doing whatever you're doing. Because that's the best thing you can do. Just keep doing what you're doing. But also maybe pray too. That's my recommendation. Speaking of generational terms such as boomer, nigger, millennial, Gen Z, or Gen X, or goomer, gooner, boomer, nigger, Do you think that these generational terms were only created to create furthermore division between the groups of us people so that we'd be hating each other, offing ourselves? What do you think all boomers are gay? Write in the comments. Do you think generational terms like boomer and millennial are created so that we will hate each other for more division between the groups of people? Write your ideas in the comments. And I just think my mind is on edge because I got out of bed too late. At 5 p.m. it's too late. And it just makes you want to hold your head with your hands and scream into it. Hit a bunch of stuff with a baseball bat. Like a bunch of objects, like a fence post. Or a mailbox, or a boom box, or a muff box. Or a turtle fucking box, or a muff munching. Why do you think the trans stuff is, trans propaganda is pushed everywhere when their self-death count is 40% now? Do you really think we should be pushing an ideology of 40% death rate onto youngsters at Smash Brothers conventions and tournaments? Why is it that there's 2 trannies at the Smash Bros tournament I'm watching today? One playing and the other one playing Mario Party? Should you really think kids should be seeing this ideology in which 40% of them neck themselves out of humiliation, embarrassment, shame, whatever the hell, from this demonic possession attack that's put on the youngsters and put on the people of the globe to be the opposite gender of what they are? Write your ideas in the comments. And just because I had to go to work today, I think that also maybe made my head a little messy. I think it's just mostly because I woke up too late, or I got out of bed too late, I should say. And then now I didn't bring a lunch to work, and that's not good. And, we don't have to be hot after we're 20 years old. We can be ugly. That's the natural progression state of humankind, it would appear, is to get uglier over time. I'm just saying. You're spending thousands on plastic surgery. I know a gal who's in her 60s who gets plastic surgery all the time to be as hot as she was when she was 20. And she's in her 60s. And it's like, what... It's like you're in your 60s. It's you don't have to be like you don't have to be like you're 15 again. You don't have to be like you're 21 again. You don't have to be like you don't have to act like you're a teenager and you have to look hot all the time. You don't have to act like you don't have to act like you have to be attractive. You're in your 60s. Just let things sag. Just let things hang out. You don't have to. It's okay to have wrinkles in your 60s. It's okay to, at least you don't have pimples like you were when you were a teenager, because when you're old you don't get pimples, but you get a lot of other bad stuff like sore bones, backaches, cancers, diseases, diabetes. Oh, you get a lot of stuff when you get old, but I'm not even that old yet. I'm in midlife crisis. I'm 32. So it's okay for me to be ugly. It's okay for you to be ugly. It's okay for anyone who's not in their 20s anymore to be ugly, because that is the normal thing of this world, is to be ugly when you're not in your 20s anymore. When you're not in your 20s anymore, why are you trying to look hot again? Why are you buying all this plastic surgery to be hot again? Why are you doing this and that to be hot again? Are you aware of what's called women hitting the wall? They get cellular degeneration at age 19. Men get cellular degeneration at age 40. What that means is when you reach those ages as a person, your cells just want to throw up and kill them. I have to censor my words here. Kill themselves, because your cells are like, okay, we're old enough. I'm ready to go away now. Bye-bye. Puts a gun in its cellular mouth and explodes. I mean, you've seen how ugly and disgusting senior citizens look when they're 90 years old, right? 100 years old, right? I mean, they're no spring chicken. They look like a bag of prunes or a bag of raisins or a giant testicle creature, like some sort of an alien monster hybrid nasty little creature feature. When you're that old, just die and reincarnate. Then you can be hot again. You don't have to try to be hot in your 90s or your 60s. Just die and reincarnate. Because if you're caring about your looks when you're like 60 or 90, guess what? Maybe you'll reincarnate so that you can look hot again, because that apparently that's something that's so important to you to look hot. Die and reincarnate so you can look hot again for another 20 years. And then you can be ugly again for another 50 to 70 years. I mean, plastic surgery is just such an evil, corrupted joke, sick fag fuck. Because think about it, it's more twisting around of nature. The same way Troonies twist around nature and their genitals into new genitals, the same way LGBT twists around God's plan for man and woman to be together, the same way drugs twist people's head around to crave instant self-satisfaction. Alcohol, aka spirits, getting possessed by spirits, literally alcohol, right? And I don't even do drugs or alcohol anymore. My mind is already this scrambled. Can you imagine if I was still doing alcohol, drinking a beer here and there? I've thought about doing cigarettes. I've tried a cigarette before, and it made my mind as super crazy. I couldn't even really handle cigarettes, I think. But maybe I would microdose a couple of mini ones, which are called ciggies. They're tiny little brown miniature cigarettes. And which rhymes with niggies. It rhymes with nigger. Fucking nigger. So I tried a cigarette once. I was at a rehab, and you get a very powerful buzz from it. I understand why people do it. It's the same with other drugs and alcohol. You might get a small buzz from it, and you're like, oh, well, this is different than my natural calmness, I guess. People can't be calm anymore. They can't sit still anymore. They can't be quiet in their head anymore. Shh. In fact, myself as well, I get too many ideas in my head. I would need to work on silencing the brain thoughts in my voice, because a lot of them get angry and scream curse words when I do podcasts, when I try to nap, when I try to sleep, when I just try to be quiet, when I'm working on paper mache or crafts. When I was doing that paper mache craft for an hour, I was getting so many loud curse word intrusive thoughts that kept coming up in my head that I had to yell. I had to scream because I can't even seem to do a paper mache. Perhaps I was MK Ultra'd, because a lot of people who are unsuspected MK Ultra subjects are people with these weird splits in their personality, zits in their personality, bipolar freaks, manic freaks, people on lithium freaks. It's because perhaps they had some sort of weird Illuminati trauma as kids that they don't remember, and that split their personality. And if you look at all the fag celebrities and nigs that they push onto youngsters nowadays, every single one of them has a MK Ultra split personality. Nicki Minaj has her personality split with a boy whose name is, I forgot his name. Tyler the Creator has a split personality with a kid named Wolf or something. Eminem has a split one. Madonna has a split one. Lady Vomit Bag, Gaga, has a split one. Every single celeb that they push, that they create from their MK Ultra camps, like you saw in Stranger Things with 11, which is a magic number. Like I said, I was born on the 11th. I'm a magic superhuman. You can trust me. Every single celeb and politician probably has some split MK Ultra personality in them, because they've all been traumatized and brainwashed by a faggy, Illuminati, disgusting, nigger, demonic, faggoty, fag cult. It's a cult. And now they're pushing their cultish, nasty nonsense onto the general public to lower morals even more, so that everyone will be as evil and corrupt and disgusting as they are. That's why they push the LGZ, the Troons, the niggies, the immigration, the racial marriage, all of this stuff they're pushing, so because what they do in secret, soon they're going to push drinking blood of youngsters and eating body parts of youngsters and buying body parts of youngsters, because that's what they do, and they want to do it in public, and marrying youngsters like Muhammad and all those other freaks and Epstein. They're pushing that stuff. Soon, Because they want the general public to be as evil as they are. They want no morals, no goodliness, no godliness, no prayer, no. They want all sin, all evil, all just corrupted crap, right? And that's my opinion on stuff. That's just my opinion on that sort of stuff. That's my opinion on that kind of stuff. Thanks for listening. Thank you. I'm gonna sit down for a second. The reason why NoFap is hard for some people, well, there's a lot of reasons. Addictive behaviors, bad habits. A big reason is because a lot of people are on the internet all the time, and half of the internet is sexually explicit. It's basically like half the internet is P-Hub at this point. Every social media site, there's women doing womanly sexual things. On every website, every social media platform, every app is always pushing sexualization on people, making people horny all the time. Half the internet is P-Hub. Addictive behaviors. Addictive behaviors are you have to replace addictive behaviors with other things like I have no idea. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm pussing out. That's a quote from an old video. Anyways, yeah, I'm ready to go home. I got 6 more hours. Do you guys think you'd rather be free or in prison? What's the difference between this life and prison? Well, you have more freedoms here than in prison, maybe. You might be better fed in prison than you are here. They feed you 3 meals a day in prison. Have you seen some of the prisoners? They look big. Have you seen me? I look thin, very thin. I wouldn't recommend prison, I guess, but is it really as bad as everyone says it is all the time? Maybe, yeah, right. But, they're gonna throw us in FEMA prisons eventually for not taking the mark of the beast, possibly. That's what some preppers are always saying, right? This realm is so... What is this realm? It's so slow and boring. What is everyone doing all the time? What do you guys do for fun? Write in the comments what you guys do for fun. I'm curious. I need to do other things for fun. I need ideas on what people do during their days. I have no idea what everyone does during the day. I don't know what they do. I just want to know what to do about this life. Is just so weird. Everything here is just so weird. Maybe we're waiting on a savior, on a messiah, on a creature who will make things better here. Is that what we're waiting on? What are we all waiting on in this life, in this realm? What are we waiting on? That's what I want to know. In the 1920s, there was a disease outbreak, and there was wars, the Bolsheviks and stuff. Russia invading Poland. Now look at the 2020s. What do we have? The FAG-19 disease and Russia invading Ukraine or Poland or whatever it is. The fake timeline is repeating its fake self every 100 years. It repeats exactly. So in my calculations, we should have another prohibition on something, maybe weed, this year. We'll have a new prohibition on weed. We'll give trannies the right to vote this year. The timeline will keep repeating. They had the Red War, a racially motivated war in the 1920s. What do we have now? Now the new war is going to be against Americans versus migrants, a new Red War. In the 1920s, it was Americans versus Native Americans, Indians. 2020s, it's going to be Americans versus migrants. It's going to be a new fake gay war, racially motivated war again. They're going to keep repeating the same fag script. You know? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a niggardly day in this niggly hood, a niggardly day for a nigger. Won't you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a nigger just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be my, could you be my, won't you be my nigger? Won't you please, won't you please, please won't you be my neighbor, nigger? You know, there's only one person in the whole wide world exactly like you, and that's you yourself. And you can learn to love, to be exactly who you are. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling, a feeling you know that we're friends. Well, the night's going by fast enough, I guess. Just talking to you guys and wishing that the clock would go by faster so I can get out of here, you know? Well, it's weird to me that comic books were ever even popular at all. I could never get into comic books. It was always just big, muscular men in capes beating up bad guys. I mean, I like Batman. That's about it. But I could see myself in another dimension where there's no screens, TVs, getting into manga. Just because I like the plots more in manga usually. Because it's not guys in capes. Most of the time it's just like average people doing stuff, getting into trouble or whatever. I don't know why. I'm surprised comic books were so popular with people in the 80s and 90s or 70s or whatever. 90s, 80s. I never saw the appeal. Maybe I do have a small attention span when it comes to reading and books, though, I'll say. I've never been big into that sort of stuff, honestly. I'd rather spend my time making anything for some reason compared to reading something that someone else made. I want to make something. I don't want to look at something else that someone else made. I want it to be about me, me, me. I want to make something. I want people to look at my thing. Why am I looking at their thing? Why am I looking at their book? Why am I looking at their crook? You know? Maybe that's an ego thing. If I win the $50,000 in November in my court case, I will build a neat house for you guys and for myself, maybe. I'll buy a piece of land. I'll buy a house. If I win the $50,000 in November, yes, I have a court case for $50,000 in November. If I win, I will buy a little house and maybe you guys can come live at the house. We can make it a weird, neat commune creature, and we can try to live off the land somehow. I doubt any of you are interested. This is just a fantasy idea. If I got the 50K, you know, maybe we could do something like this. I'm talking about a second Waco. I'm talking about a new civilization, a new country. Kind of like the Amish, okay? Or the Native Americans. This government is evil to the core. They don't really care about us, to quote Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Michael Jefferson. That's why it would be a good idea sooner than later, I think, to start our own city, country. Can't spell country without cunt. Start our own city, our own government, our own whatever, our own civilization. Before this one completely crumbles to the ground. Right now, this country looks like it's held together with glue and popsicle sticks and some watered down wood glue, Elmer's glue, and some water, popsicle sticks, some scotch tape, a little bit of duct tape, a little bit of elbow grease. I'm getting a cramp in my left arm lately, dude, at work. I don't like it. I read online left arm cramps can be heart attacks. I don't like the thought of that. Of course, I have also been stretching a lot lately, kind of. But I don't know. And I'm not bringing enough water to work. So that could be another bad sign as well. That I'm not bringing enough water to work. That's not good. It could be diabetes or something. Do you guys recognize this song? It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. It's tearing up my fart, you know it's true. And no matter what I do, I suck my big fat glue. I'm sucking off my fart, you know it's calm. A big old fatted drum and fucking nigga. That's NSYNC, or maybe that was Backstreet Boys. I think that's NSYNC. That was a hit 90s song called You're Tearing Up My Heart, maybe. I don't know what it's called. Oh, my arm, dude. It's cramping. It's pulsing. It's like it's just where the muscle is. Like the middle of the arm. I don't know why it's doing that, dude. I gotta do a patrol right now anyways. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. There's a lot of people out there who do weed every day to Let's talk about this. Let's think about this. Why are there so many stoners out there? Why are they all getting high every day? Why do they get high all day, every day? That's what I used to do with you know, that's what I that's like what I do with video games and what I used to do with P-Hub. Just do something all day. But why do people get high on weed all day? Let's talk about it. Let's think about it. Why do people get drunk all day? Why do people do drugs all day? People get high on weed every day, all day. Write in the comments why you think they do. They do it because maybe it feels good. Maybe that's why they do it. That's the end. The end. Maybe that's why they do it. I don't know. Who cares? I can't do that. I'm allergic to weed. It triggers my schizophrenia if I even touch this stuff or smell this stuff or go near the crap. Yeah, I got a schizophrenia diagnosis. Pretty much everyone does. If you don't have one, then you're probably, I don't know, you're probably smoking weed every day. But that's, why do people get drunk all day? That's a harder one because people get bad hangovers. So I would never, ever get drunk every day. The hangovers are way too horrible. The last time I drank vodka, I almost went to the hospital. I was so close to I almost wanted to just go to the hospital. Because the hangover was so bad. I haven't touched vodka since then. That was a few years ago. And I never want to touch it again. And now I almost never drink, ever. I don't really miss it. I don't even think about it. It's much harder for NoFap. Okay, I'll say that much. Much harder than stopping drinking alcohol or whatever the hell people do now. But the funny thing is that stoners, I think, are pretty common. I think drunks are a little bit less common. And fentanyl addicts maybe they're more common than we think they are. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe they're not. A lot of people, there's not a ton of alcoholic drunks because a lot of them die. They kill themselves by drinking too much. So I think a lot of normies don't cross the line into full-on drunk alcoholic. Maybe, I don't know. But there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of stoners. I'm pretty sure. There's a weed sellers all over the place selling all these weird, strong, weird fucked up plants to people that they're smoking all day, every day. They're addicted. They have 10 bongs. They have pipes. They have bongs. They have, they buy edibles. They eat the crap. They eat the weed. They smoke the weed. They put the weed up their ass. They put a little bit of the weed into their urethra. Dick cheese smegma hole den? Gooner's den? Stoners in the comments. Write in the comments why you smoke weed every day. I'm curious. Because I'm allergic. I can't touch the stuff. But it's very common in America. A lot of young people, and maybe boomers too, probably. That's the weird thing, right? This is common with all types of people. Boomers, old people, not old people, but boomers, zoomers, millennials. They can't put the frickin' bong down. They can't get enough of the ganja weed, man. I never understood it. I never got it. Help me understand it. Help me figure it out. But this is a common drug. I feel like this is more common than antidepressants. What the heck? People be smoking weed? It smells like frickin' rat crap. It smells terrible. It kind of turns their brain into like some kind of a 7-Eleven or something. Where they want to go buy Taco Bell and Del Taco and go to the gas station, pick up some chips and dips? Is that what the fun of weed is? That it makes you hungry for chips and dips and dicks and chicks with dicks and dips and chips? I don't know. Because I don't smoke the stuff. And I don't eat the stuff. And I don't put the stuff in any of my holes, not even up the other end and around the corner. When I was a kid, people would say, bullies and not just other stupid kids would say, up your butt and around the corner, dude. You know, people would say that, or the kids would say that at school. I don't know if you guys heard that phrase as well when you were a kid. You can write in the comments if you also heard that phrase at your school. I know at my school they've drawn the Skechers S. They were saying that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Public school was a humiliation ritual by Masons. It was an evil, disgusting time of my life. Too many bullies, too much, man. If anything caused my horrifying shut-in anxiety for the rest of my life, it was probably public school. Specifically elementary school and middle school. And high school, by the time I was in high school, it was already too late. I was already an anxious nightmare. An anxious, sexualized, jerking off, twerking off nightmare. Shy, scared, quiet. Basically, I was destroyed. If you think about it, by the time I entered high school, 9th grade, I was an anxious wreck. I was totally, completely destroyed by that point. So whatever destroyed me happened before high school, pretty sure. So that would be at least elementary school and middle school, which were pretty, really, really terrible times. Of course, high school was also pretty terrible too, a lot of the time. But not, man, it's hard to say. You know what? It was also pretty damn terrible. So I'm just going to say all public school, except maybe community college and stuff like that, was really, really terrible. The kids are evil, mean creature faggots, and the teens are the same, and would not recommend it. Would never go back. Never go back. I mean, I'd go back, but then I would say, nah, I'm done. I don't know. It's hard to say, you know, but anyways, I think it just gave me PTSD or something, because thinking back, my personality was like a shut-in crab, like the crab Pokemon the mushroom Pokemon with the giant mushroom on its back. I don't remember its name. But I was basically already like that in high school, which means the damage had already been done in middle school and elementary school by bullies and sick fag fucks and all those types. And just a very, very bad experience. So I wouldn't recommend public school. I didn't want to go to public school, I think. It's just one of those stupid faggot things that your parents force you to go to in America and all over the world. If you don't go, it's a problem. The country, fag country, and the fag government force you to go to traumatize you, humiliate you, ruin your whole life. Because in my own personal life, the reason why I have anxious problems, schizo problems, sexual problems, probably because I was destroyed by public school. I mean, that could be a very easy solution to why I ended up in this sort of state. I don't think that's a far-fetched conclusion at all. Of course, I don't fit into normalized society because I'm an artist. And normal society is boring and it's too cookie cuttery and too liminal. And as you guys have noticed, I'm the funniest man in the world. I'm also the most interesting man in the entire world. If you found this channel, well, then there you go, because not a lot of people have found this channel, because I've been banned so many times for being a little bit too cool and a little bit too fun. And that's why I've been banned 8 times on here. I'm being too fun. I'm simply too fun. And What did you guys think about public school? Write in the comments. I think private school would have been probably pretty similar, but you never know. But I imagine probably be about the same experience, but who knows? Who cares? I don't care. It's just one of those things you have to look back on and say, oh, okay, I was forced for 12 years to be part of an MK Ultra Masonic humiliation ritual experiment that destroyed a lot of my body, soul, mind, and gave me PTSD and trauma. Okay, that was fun. Well, now we can move on. And now we're in the moving on stage. Okay? You've been a gooner your whole life. You got all this packaged trauma events from stupid public school. Now when you hit 30, that's when you realize you're like, oh, okay, now I can move on with whatever it is I'm doing here. Now I can actually put my head back on my shoulders, because my head was knocked off of my body. And I was looking for my head this whole time. I don't even know who I was the last 20 years. Do you? You probably don't, because a lot of you are younger than 5 years old. But once you hit 30, you understand who you are, and you start to believe in who you are, and you start to see the goodness and the greatness and the powerfulness of who you are. You might be uglier than you were in your 20s, but it doesn't matter, because everyone is uglier than they were in their 20s, and even girls are probably way uglier in their 30s than when they were in their 20s and their 10s and their 5s and their 1s and their 0s and their aborted fetus age. People get uglier. It's just the truth. I'm sorry. If you think you're gonna get a wife when you're 30 or 40 and she's gonna be smoking hot, think again. It's not about that. It's not about getting a smoking hot wife. It's about getting a wife that you can stand for more, listening to talk about whatever the hell they talk about for more than 5 seconds. I think that's more the wife goal after you hit your 30s. When you're in love and you're hypnotized by female figure in your teens and 20s, and you marry out of attraction and lust and stuff like that, and then look at what happens. The divorce rate's like 99.9% nowadays, dude. It's a high divorce rate. And it's mostly the woman initiates the divorce. That's true. And mostly it's over what? Money. It's over money. Unfortunately, the women are obsessed with money, and so are the men. But women are maybe more so, I don't know. The problem is women aren't taught and led by men to be godly creatures. Even if you're Christian, fine, but teaching them Hebrew, teaching them Torah, teaching them about God, teach them about the Old Testament or the New Testament, whatever. Just the point of men is to lead women and teach them and to rectify them and make them holy. And then if you're not doing that, then you'll probably get divorced or something, because your wife will go crazy. When you eat food and you forget to bless the food and thank Hashem for the food when you eat your food, the sparks and the atoms and the molecules inside your food that go inside of your body and your stomach are prancing around and exploding, because they don't know what to do. Because they haven't been blessed by Hashem. They have no idea what they're doing inside your body. So they start going crazy. What am I doing here? Who am I? What's going on? And then when you ask Hashem to bless the food, they say, oh, I'm in this body to heal this body and make this body strong. Okay, I know my purpose. I know what I'm doing. It's the same with women. You don't bless them, you don't teach them, you don't lead them, they'll explode, they'll go crazy, they'll turn into Karens, they'll turn into whatever the hell, they'll turn into monsters, beasts, machines. Same with men, but it's important to instill, godliness into them. They need someone to instill godly. That's why they crave their father's teaching. And their father's love and all that stuff. That's why boys with single mothers like me end up like this. Because we with a single mom, you're not getting, I don't know, it's just different, I think. I don't know how good women are at instilling values in their sons without a father figure or something like that. There's all those studies that single moms with sons, the sons end up in jail or in gangs or dead or whatever. And thankfully, somehow that's never happened to me. I've kind of scraped by through life without getting into trouble like that for the most part, I think. But a lot of people with single moms, the sons, they end up in not a good place. They end up messed up. They end up whatever, blah 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 blah. It's just a tricky life to maneuver, especially when there's sin involved, because sin leads to death, sin leads to craziness, sin leads to bad choices, sin leads to all this negative stuff. And this world is filled to the brim with temptations and sin and stuff like that. And so I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking, man. You guys know how it is. Just drinking a Coca-Cola at 4 a.m. That's what I'm doing. And yes, I brought a Capri Sun as well. I brought a Capri Sun and a peach-flavored water. Because something I really enjoy about this realm is drinking stuff. Especially tasty stuff. Drinking sugary, tasty crap. I don't know why, it's just so fun and so tasty. I could see myself becoming a giant obese land whale, shark, fat, fucking nigger creature. Except I'm so anorexic that I'm not sure if that would ever happen to me. But when I do eat, I enjoy it. I enjoy tasty food, but I really enjoy drinking drinks because they're easier to eat than food, and they taste really good, and I like swishing them around in my mouth, and it's fun to swallow the drinks, and they're ice cold, and so that's cool. You get to drink ice cold drinks. That's always fun, right? That's amazing right there. Thank you, Hashem, for ice cold drinks. And that's why I really enjoy drinking drinks, and it's really fun to drink drinks. And I don't really do much during my whole day anyways, so it's cool that they give me something to do, which is drinking stuff. So I don't know if I've ever met anyone in the entire universe, realm, fag world out there who actually enjoys drinking drinks as much as I do, but I know some of you guys in the comments have said, I think maybe that you guys do enjoy drinking stuff. So you can write in the comments right now if you want to about what you enjoy drinking. I know there's a lot of people out there who like drinking beers and wines and hard ciders and another word for alcohol that I really like that people haven't used since the 1990s. Do you guys remember the word that I'm thinking of? It's actually 3, 2, 1. Did you think of it? That's right. It was wine cooler. Nobody says that anymore. Back in the 90s, people say, oh, I'm drinking wine cooler. Nobody says I'm drinking wine cooler anymore. Don't know if any of you fucking assholes have noticed, but nobody says the word wine cooler anymore. And so we've lost a lot of silly words to time, but we've gained a lot of fun new words, such as Riz and Skibidi Toilet and Skibidi Riz and the Rizzler and gooning and zooming and I actually do love the Zoomer slang. I'm not kidding. I really do love the new Zoomer. It's really fun to use, and I need to start using it more in these podcasts. Hashtag I'm the Rizzler. You guys, I pretty much avoid conversations with strangers out in the wild as much as I possibly can. But I was talking to someone online yesterday, and they said that it doesn't matter your interactions with strangers because they don't really matter at all. Those strangers don't, basically. And so there's no reason to fret over social interactions with people, which I heavily try to avoid most of the time. Because if I have an interaction with a person or a stranger, I talk to a stranger, I don't know, I think I'm nervous and shy and anxious, and so I'm worried that they'll try to argue with me, and I don't like arguing. I see no point in arguing at all, because an argument between two people, they're not really going to accept each other's point of view most of the time, and they'll just accept their own. And that includes me. If I talk to other people, I have an open mind, but even still, most of the time I'll probably be like, well, no, I've researched this topic in my head, and so I think I'm just going to go with my instinct. But I, of course, respect your opinion as well. But I also have an opinion that I would like respected, and I don't want to be forced to agree to your opinion or anything like that, in the same way I don't expect you to be forced to agree with my opinion. And so arguments are basically useless faggot, nigger, dogma, dipshit, dogshit, doorshit, dipshit, BS crud. And so, that's why I think arguments are gay and retarded and useless. And so, and they're dumb and gay. And, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the beam smears in a black western war, were shaped by the star-spangled banner wave, and the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yep. Thanks, everyone. Yep. I don't want you guys to ever forget that it is fun to sing. And a lot of us forget to sing during the day, because I'm nervous to sing. I live with my sister. I don't want her listening to me sing. But it's also hard to find a song that you want to sing, that you enjoy singing sometimes. And we forget the songs that we love to sing to, and we don't sing enough. So I implore you to sing more, to sing today. Sing your favorite song if you have to. Because singing is a lot of fun. And a lot of people in this fag society forget how fun it is to sing. Or dance. Or do any of that stuff. But it is fun. And a lot of people forget how fun that actual fun things are. That aren't smoking weed in through my ass stick. So I implore you, forget the weed, forget the beer, just have a good old-fashioned sing-along, dance-along, sleepover party with yourself. Maybe even with a friend, if you know a friend, if you have a friend. It's easy to have a good time by yourself. If you have a friend, you might feel a little bit anxious that you have to entertain them the whole night. So that's the good thing about being by yourself. All you have to do is entertain yourself, which is easy to do, probably. By certain things like singing and dancing. You probably think of other ways, too, where you can entertain yourself. Maybe anime or a book. Or maybe writing a story poem down or something. Or something funny like that. Maybe making a video about a ghost in your room and something like that. So maybe just taking a shower. What I've been doing lately as I shower is I put the drain inside and I let the bath water fill up the tub while I'm showering. Then, while the shower's still on, I sit down in the bathtub and have the epic shower water fall onto my head while I'm sitting down in the tub. And I've been doing that for the last several showers I've been doing. That's my new shower tip. When you take a shower, put the drain on so that the water doesn't go into the drain. Then sit down in the shower, and it's like you're having a shower bath. It's something new that I just invented, and I've been doing every day. So if you want to try it, I implore you to try it. You should do it. Because that's what I've been doing, and I'm having fun doing it. And so you guys really should give it a try. It's actually a very, very great thing to do. It's a great thing to do, and it's a great thing to try. Great thing to do, great thing to try. And keep watching the cartoons, please! I wish I had a working mouse, because then I could do my hobbies more, like making cartoons, but no! All my mice break! All my mice break. It's the weirdest thing. It's like a weird dimensional curse. I don't know how to explain it. The mouse thing. I can't get over it. I can't get over how weird it is. I heard a dinosaur step earlier. It was a loud boom from underground at work tonight. I have no idea what it was. It wasn't an earthquake. It felt like just a big dinosaur boom or a creature. So weird. I wonder if you guys felt that too in the LA area. You probably didn't, though. You probably didn't. Maybe you did. No, you probably didn't. There's no way. Several important proofs that prove that I am in fact the main character, most important creature in this realm. Proof number 1, my birthday. Born on 3/11/92. March 11th is the most powerful number in the entire calendar, because 3 times 11 is 33 and stuff, and 11 is a magic number and stuff. Proof number 2, my last name also starts with a K, Keebler, and K is also the 11th letter. My first name is Jer, and that is the 10th letter. And why I'm such a prankster. My initials are JK, like just kidding. Someone who plays pranks all the time would be just kidding around. Proof number 2, someone close to me, their birthday is the other second most powerful number of this gay fake calendar. Do you know what that number is? That's right, it's 9/11. Someone I know close to me, their birthday is 9/11, and my birthday is 3/11. Exactly 6 months apart. Proof number 4, you'd have to just look at my cartoons, and it speaks for itself. Only if you watch the cartoons, then you'll figure it out. Proof number 5, why every one of you are NPC side characters. You don't write comments enough. You don't watch all the cartoons enough. You don't blah 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 blah. Write in the comments what you guys think about the Nicki Minaj's new butt implant. I just made that up. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm ready to go home. Sometimes I see things in the dark, things you can't even imagine, things you can't even begin to imagine. Let's try to imagine them. Close your eyes real quick right now. Imagine you're stepping on a sea of broken glass. Ouch, you think, as this glass cuts deep into the soles of your feet and into your testicles and balls. Haha, pranked you and tricked you, got you to think that you were walking on broken glass. You were the victim that fell for the ultimate prank and trick. And you'll only get pranked and tricked in this podcast. You're not going to get pranked anywhere else or tricked anywhere else. And a lot of the cartoons are going to prank you. You're going to get pranked and tricked by the cartoons, by the podcast, by everything. Everything in this channel, you're going to get pranked and tricked. And, yeah. What's your guys' favorite color? Is it gray? A lot of you guys probably are thinking it's gray. It's pretty foggy out tonight at work. You know, the cool thing about NoFap is you get a giant load that you never get to release. A lot of you guys in the comments are saying stuff like, wow, I'm on NoFap and Jer's doing NoFap. Jer's load, a lot of you guys are asking questions in the comments, and mostly it's always the same question. It's if I do NoFap, your question you guys are always asking is, Jer, is your load so big that it could satisfy a female horse's pussy? And then a horse neigh voice, a sound effect. If you don't believe me, scroll down into the comments right now, and you'll see at least 3 different people wrote the same comment question, which is, Dang, Jer, are your loads so big that they could satisfy a female adult horse's pussy? And you will see that comment in all my videos in the comment section. But you have to scroll down to read the if you want to see if the proof is in the pudding. Speaking of pudding, I love rice pudding, but guess what? I fell in love with something recently that's a little different, but a little similar to rice pudding. Sounds like rice pussy. It's called flan, aka flan. A lot of you guys know it's a Mexican dessert. And I've been eating flan this week, and I'm loving it. Even more, possibly, than rice pudding. As crazy as that sounds. Yes, I might have switched sides completely from team rice pudding to team flan. Why is that, you ask? Well, aren't the two desserts pretty much the same? No, they're not, but they are similar. They're both very filling and fatty and sugary and jelly-like. But flan takes it up to a whole new level of calm. It's covered in some caramel chocolate, weird, nasty, trans shit. But it's really, really good. Rice pudding, it's great, but trust me, if you're going to have to make the choice between rice pudding and flan next time at the grocery store, definitely, for right now, I think I might have switched sides, and switched the teams of the tides to Team Flan. Sorry, rice pudding. Guess you'll have to get eaten by somebody else. 'Cause now Jer's all about the flan. So that's what I've been chewing and munching and muffing on lately. A whole lot of flan. Oh crap, what the heck? Can you guys hear that above me? It's a helicopter. Listen. Nah, just kidding. I just made that noise. There's no helicopter up there. Just kidding around. Oh boy. Man. The second day of work goes by so slow. Why is that? Maybe I should close my eyes and count to 10. And as soon as I get to 10, I will open my eyes and be in my bed. 1, a 2, a 3. Nobody gets to this Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop. You guys saw my cartoon I made about that. Yeah. Man. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of my life. Remember that song from 20 years ago? Yeah, me too. What would you guys rate this realm from 1 to 10? As far as realms go. I wonder what people would rate this realm. Honestly, would people even rate this a 1 out of 10? Would they give it a 0 out of 10? And say they hate it here? Seems like everybody kind of hates it here. In this realm. I wouldn't be surprised if people rated it a 0 out of 10. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. So, I'm kind of curious what people would rate their lives or rate this entire realm or anything like that on a scale from 1 to 10. You know, I always thought the first episode of Lizzie McGuire was the one where she gets her first bra, but it turns out that's episode 12. Turns out the very first episode of Lizzie McGuire is actually, she's like texting her. She becomes like a cheerleader or something. Such a silly, stupid tween plot, right? I feel like I've seen that in so many tween shows. There's always an episode where the main character becomes a cheerleader. And then what happens every single time? Oh, I can't hang out with my real friends. I'm hanging out with the cheerleaders because I'm now a cheerleader. What? This isn't like you. This isn't like you. I thought you don't care about your real friends. Now you only care about being a cheerleader. And she gets the female bully of the show is named Kate, who harasses Lizzie McGuire or whatever. And her and Kate don't really become friends until basically the very end of the show, where Lizzie McGuire becomes a celebrity in the Lizzie McGuire movie. After the show ends, there's a movie. And after Lizzie becomes a celebrity, then Kate is finally likes Lizzie, I think. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure. And she kisses Gordo or something, I think. Which is her friend-zoned cuck friend in the main show. Funny, there's a scandal about that. The main character, Miranda, actually did not appear at all in the Lizzie McGuire movie. And a lot of fans were quite confused about this. And Miranda said it's because she was on vacation with her family, but some people think she just didn't want to be in the movie. Why am I talking about Lizzie McGuire to you guys? You don't care about what has become of my life to talk about this nonsense, trivial crud. What's going on in my life? I'm trying to occupy my time. As a no-fat boy, I'm trying to come up with new hobbies and stuff to occupy my time and things to do, but I end up feeling a bit bored throughout the day, to be honest with you. Quite bored sometimes. Trying to figure out what the hell to do. I hope that papier-mâché head dries okay. I kind of doubt it will, but I guess I'll let you guys know if it dries okay. I was trying to build a giant papier-mâché mask head for the videos. Easier said than done, I suppose. I have no experience with papier-mâché. It couldn't be too hard. But I don't have newspaper. I used a different kind of paper. So maybe that's where it went wrong. I might put some tape around it and try to fix it, try to save it, but no promises. Promises, promises. Remember that 80s song? Promises, promises. Something, something. You know, I don't really listen to these podcasts that I make most of the time. So I'm glad you guys listen to them. I don't usually listen to them myself after I make them, if you can believe that. I have listened to some of them, though. And not to stroke my own ego, dick, but I do kind of like, you know, listening to myself talk, I guess. Maybe some of you guys, I think a lot of you guys can relate to that. You probably like the sound of your own voice. You like hearing yourself talk, maybe, or you like hearing someone with the same ideas as you. So why not that be yourself, right? Why not that be yourself, right? Yeah, it's funny. In the first episode of Lizzie McGuire, they're using AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, basically. And that takes me back, right, to when I was 12 and I had that program on my Windows XP and my Windows XP. Great computer, I guess. And those were the days, I guess, yeah. Fun times, I suppose. And yeah. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about the show Freaks and Geeks. I've been meaning to watch that, I guess. Of course, I do not a fan at all of Seth Rogen at all. But I have heard that show is a pretty nice show, pretty decent show. And yeah, just ready to go home. What is it, Labor Day on Monday or something? I'm honestly surprised. It's so quiet here for Labor Day weekend at the hotel. I thought people would be partying or something like that, you know? But no, everyone seems to be asleep, which is great. I like when everybody's asleep. It makes my job a hell of a lot easier whenever all the normies are asleep, you know? I like when normie strangers are asleep because I feel safe when normies are asleep. It's when they're awake that they cause trouble. But when they're asleep, I like it. I like when they're asleep. I like when people are sleeping, because then they're not causing trouble. Can you guys believe that a gram of fentanyl is cheaper than a gallon of milk these days? Heck, no wonder there's so many fent addicts. What am I going to choose at the grocery store, a gram of fentanyl or a gallon of milk? I want to feel good, so I'll buy the gram, please. Is that why there's so many fent addicts nowadays? Because it's cheaper than milk? You guys do realize how tasty milk is, right? I feel like a lot of people forget. I even bought some milk this week. I bought some strawberry milk, and I bought a chocolate milk, and I drank all the strawberry milk that I bought this week. But I have one big bottle of chocolate milk that I can drink tomorrow if I want to, or whenever. Yes, it is Nesquik, so it will give you cancer and death and AIDS, but what are you going to do, right? It's tasty. The chocolate rabbit makes some good chocolate milk. Tasty milk. But, yeah, strawberry milk is delicious. I got it at the dollar store, I think. Where did I get it? Probably the dollar store, I want to say. It was either there or, Target. I don't remember. Probably the dollar store, though. I love shopping at Target because I like to go to their trans section and check out the tuck-friendly swimsuits. So I'm able to tuck in my dick to look like a woman when I buy my Target-branded LGZ swimsuit for swimsuit season and for Pride Month coming up. I love to tuck in my balls and dick so that people think I'm a girl. Because if I don't tuck in my balls and dick, what will people think? They'll think, oh, he's a boy. But as long as I'm tucking, they'll have no idea. Because I look so feminine. I look like a girl when I tuck. So it's just awesome and great. So that's why I support Target. And I shop at Target and I buy my swimsuits at Target. And I only buy ally-friendly brands. And allies are just people who are allies of the LGZ and the trans community and stuff. So that's why I like Target. And, yeah. Some people tuck so hard that they just end up cutting their whole dick and balls off because they want to tuck so hard. But, yeah, I've done that. I do that. I do that all the time. I was going to donate my sperm to charity. I was going to donate my sperm to a sperm bank. But because I'm on NoFap and my load of sperm is so massively huge that the sperm bank actually wouldn't even accept my load when I gave it to them. Because I brought in my load to them and it was like a giant water tank of cum. And they said, we can't accept this, Jared. This is too big of a load. And I said, well, how big of a load is it? And you guys will never believe what they said. They said, this load, they said this to me. This load is so big that this could satisfy an adult female horse's pussy. They said that to me about my NoFap load. It's crazy that they said that to me when I tried to donate to a sperm bank. So they kicked me out of the bank. Then I broke back in the bank, Stole all my sperm back. Now people call me the broke back, sperm back, robber baron. I'm a robber. I'm a bank robber. I'm a sperm bank robber. I'm the Moby Dick of banks, people are saying in the comments section. But it's real, and it's true. And, man, can I go home yet? No, I can't. What is this pointless job? What am I doing here, bro? What am I doing here? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. How do you guys know that this channel is an AI anyways? You guys are familiar with the dead internet theory, right? Look around at all the channels on YouTube, and you'll see that a lot of them are just the same old faggoty shit. It's just an AI robot text-to-speech voice reading articles. This week I can do that too. This week in the news, Barack Obama signed off on President Biden's new address to the Union. Kamala Harris has been nominated as the best new president of the entire world. Today in her policy speech to union organizers, she gave fantastical new words about her new policies for racial division coming up in the election cycle of 2025. We expect great things from Kamala and her new president, V.D. Vance, who was Boy Scout in the newest old war, in the Vietnam War, who won many awards for his heroic feats of injustice towards the Vietnamese people. You see, Kamala won the nomination through her electoral delegates, and she was a great new vestige of power for the new Democratic Party of the United States of America, and things are looking very better than ever as the new president steps into her White House role as a new secretary of the President of the United States. I've seen a lot of channels where it's just gay, nigger, text-to-speech voices reading gay faggot articles over and over. You see it on TikTok with the faggoty TikTok narrators with the same TikTok music behind every video. How much of the internet, YouTube channels, YouTube videos in general are just AI bot dog shit garbage trash? What's the percentage? If we look at the percentage of AI bot content on the rest of the world, on social media platforms, I believe 90% of social media posts are like bots, and it definitely looks like that on Twitter. You go on Twitter, click on the comments now. Ever since Musk took over Twitter, it's all bots. It's so fucking gay to read now. I hate reading Twitter. It's just all the same bot fag shit. I can't stand it. So if we look at Twitter as an example, and 99% of its bots, what does that say about other places like YouTube or Facebook or websites or anything like that? How do you know that I'm not AI when AI is extremely advanced these days that you can't even tell what the heck you're looking at? That's my question. So, yeah. If I had to ask you guys, what's the hardest thing you've ever done? I wonder what your answers would be. Would it be nofap? Would it be quitting smoking weed? Would it be exercising? What's the hardest things that we have had to do as human being peoples? The moon is out right now. It's 6 a.m. and the moon looks absolutely beautiful. It's a double-horned moon. It looks like the horns of a bull. So it goes up on the bottom. You can see the bottom of the moon, and then it goes up on the left and the right, halfway up the moon. And then the rest of it is you can't see. So it looks like a cup with water. It looks like a ball with water inside it. It looks like the letter C on its back. It's so freaking beautiful, the moon, and pretty, and the sky right now is blue. It's dark, and below is orange and yellow because the sun is coming up soon. So it's mostly blue, but then at the bottom it's orange and yellow and maybe a little hint of green where the blue meets the orange. Have you guys noticed that the sky is in fact a rainbow? In fact, where it's blue on the top and it goes down to green, orange, yellow, red. The sky is always one giant rainbow. I don't know if you guys have actually noticed that, but yet. The Jewish Zohar says you're not even supposed to look at a rainbow, by the way, because it denotes judgment. It says it's basically a curse for you to look at a rainbow. So maybe don't look at them. Got you there. That's literally what it says, pretty much. So just something to think about, I guess. It says we're not supposed to look at rainbows. And what do they put in your face every June? A big fat rainbow dick. Something to think about. Yeah, do you guys want to reincarnate? Yes or no, right in the comments. I mean, of course a lot of us are going to say hell no, right? But if we don't have a choice, then what are we going to say? We're going to say, well, okay, I'll reincarnate in Sweden or something. Reincarnate me on the moon. Reincarnate me underground. Reincarnate me in a nice place like, well, they're all crap now. So basically nowhere. All the countries have been corrupted and destroyed by the Illuminati faggots of the world, unfortunately. But, you know, am I ever going to see a giant humanoid lizard in real life? I think we will. But right now all I see is them on TV. You know, I haven't really seen anything creepy in real life. Unless you count a few demonically possessed Hispanics who try to mug you and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, all the creepy stuff, really, I just see in videos on YouTube or on Twitter. But as far as in person, I feel like I don't see very much creepy stuff, to be honest. Maybe you guys do. You can write in the comments if you see. Ray, what's the weirdest thing you guys have ever seen? That's probably my cartoons. Ha 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 ha. No, it's... I don't know. I don't know. I get bored listening to people anyways. You guys don't have to comment. I would get bored reading it anyways. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know... You guys know when, like... You guys know when, like, you talk to someone over the phone or in person, and then you're immediately like, wow, I kind of regret talking to this person because now I'm kind of bored. Is that crazy to say? Am I that impatient that I can't even listen to people talk? I can listen to people talk, it's just, sometimes they bore me. And then I don't even want to listen. So I'll just say, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, while they're talking, but I'm not really listening, and I'm not really in the conversation. I'm just wishing I was away from the conversation. Is that crazy? Maybe that's a little wild, huh? Maybe it's just hard to get my attention. There's someone parallel parking behind me. I'm not sure if I left them enough room. I think I did. But I guess they had enough room after all. Anyways, I gotta do another patrol here, I think. And then I gotta get the heck out of here. I can't wait to get the heck out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. And thanks for listening.
Now it's time to have a snuggle with my very best friend in the whole wide world. You. Well, I'm glad you could come over. See you soon. Bye. And the clown jumped over the moon.